not going to build up to that big early lead. And how are they going to respond now? Because they are going to be fighting from behind. We do see the force spy come out. Hero AK for the side of DGT, he came up massive yesterday.
Oh yeah, he was a gigantic impact fragger, but right now it's David that's slapping them up with the SMG. Will be sideswiped on the repeat from CKzao, but ropz has got a Tech 9 and he's causing trouble at B.
They're going to be able to get this bomb planted. They haven't put it down yet, but all three of them are inside of the site. The bomb planted. They haven't put it down yet, but all three of them are inside of the site. The flank is coming in from denoco as well. They do have eyes on it. You can see it hasn't come in very quickly, so they are aware of it. Putting him down to just 12 HP as the retake is starting to come in now. They were waiting for the flank, and now it's here.
denoco. Got to be a def dealer, but Showtime, he'll kick it off with 2 frags of his own. Easy line up onto ropz, and the retakes work perfectly. That'll be the defuse, and that's the second round with 3.
Shots jacket now. The re-aggression from ZQK off Cat. Gets one trade back. denoco finds Lucan and gets the hero Galil down of DGT. Doesn't take any points of damage either, so it's just the kills, the escape. Started off well with the deagle from Lucan, but still 2 versus 4 now. Just trying to find as much money out of the hands as the CTs as possible. That's Max's job now. He has the deagle and armor, so it's not out of the realms of possibility. He finds 1, maybe 2 kills. Yeah, not bad. denoco's down to just 45 as well at this point. They do have 3 players inside of the B site, and that is where the hit's coming in. Max is applying some pressure towards middle. He wants to push up short. Pop flash is perfect. Finds the first. DGT in the back wasn't blind. Smokes dropped to hold off on this hit as ropz makes his way out to the van. And actually, Delboni actually gets found. Ooh. Max jumping out as well, gets ZQK. And there's another one for ropz. So this B site's just been taken from 9Z. It was looking very good for Caetano. They had the stack, they had the utility. But 9Z with the push finds all the headshots, and that's going to be round done and dusted. Showtime's got to save.
Tasty little double kill from ropz.
Side of the site, rotations aren't in. Smokes inside of the site are going to do well. Lots of damage being found, spamming through. CKzao finds the first onto Max. Flicks over, damage done by Delboni. Eventually found from CKzao. Trades come in from Lucan and ropz. Showtime's here finally on the rotation. And the op from ZQK rings out. So now it's 1 versus 3. Trades galore inside of the site. 28 seconds remaining. ropz grabs that bomb. Going to try to get it down. Does.
There is a flank. And that'll be denoco. ropz in a good position to play out this round, though. If they give him the 1v1s, it could work wonderfully for him. 2 players coming up short. That'll be the peak of the AWP first for contact. He's trying to get into shop. He's heard the AWP shot. Suspicious about where they're pushing from. Tried to flick on top of the van. But denoco comes in with the Ram Raider play. And that will be the 4th round straight back for Caetano.
Yeah, actually really helped him out there. Jumps across onto the van, swings wide across.
Games like this as well, right? Where you're going to have reads on each other. You've scrimmed against one another. Even 9Z was saying it's hard for teams to counter us because we do play so differently. Some rounds we can play incredibly slow, then we'll just rapidly run into a site and you're not expecting it. But you can build up those reads. The event's been going on for a few days here as well now at the PGL America's RMR. So you've had time to watch a few of those demos back after the day.
And that's that tactical diversity Max was talking about. ZQK can't land the shot. 9Z pick up their second. And, you know, that is the tactical diversity we saw in the interview yesterday from Max and Lucan. They were saying how you had brought up here in this round, too, that they have so many different styles, so many different ways to approach the game. That right there, we saw 1-man faking B and 3-man pop-out Palace. We didn't see that from them at all yesterday. So they have a very deep playbook. They're very comfortable calling things on the fly as well. To be there. Tag comes out from the scout. ropz goes down, and the bomb rushed into jungle. Didn't go towards the site. Scaled into jungle. Bomb gets dropped. It's now 2 versus 2. Showtime's on a flank. ZQK needs to not die. He got the tag. He needs to just get away. And no, he takes the wrong pathing. Tries to sneak through the vent. It's all gone wrong. Showtime's here on the flank. David turns around, and that is it. ZQK
as well. Yeah. Felt like first couple of days, you know, he was easing into being back on LAN. Now he's hitting shots. Problem is, he's just taken a heavy hit here, so he's down to 41.
Yeah, spam through the smoke, finding some damage. And again, we see just 9Z. They just sit and wait and spawn. And from Caetano's point of view, they could be all sitting outside of A for an A execute. They could all just be sitting top mid. They could be sitting in upper B. And you can't push them because they just sit around and wait. And CTs at this point, you got to run. You got to save. You need to hold on to whatever you can because you can't afford to rebuy.
Losing the weapons would be so costly. And of course, it's the A play where 9Z get their round, right?
Always.
They're good at them. They're really good at the A executes. And the problem is, like you were saying, because they play such a slow style of CS for so long, it conditions you to think, right, we can't push for info, we just have to hold, play our default. And the second they go for the A execute, you're still not even convinced it's the hog.
You can't watch both. The rotations aren't there. If somebody had rotated through market, then potentially would have been able to hold that flank for them. But with the player on short, actually it's a bit of a miscomm by the CTs because the player on short can watch your connector. But there was a guy top connector watching bottom connector. That guy should be watching window, or the short player needs to make the move into ladder to watch the window flank. The CTs need to move somewhere there. You can't be both watching the same thing.
Because obviously we saw the knock-on effect, right?
Yep.
You get up with the window boost, you catch him whilst he's trying to use it. He's playing behind the pillar, but they're all over the bomb site, and there's a flank in Denoco. And one by one, they're just getting fragged. If he gets a couple of kills on the UMP, that's all I want, Davey. Just one or two. David, he doesn't want them to find any more. The UMP's gone, knows there's a player on the box, but he thought he might have moved off, doesn't clear the angle. Lucan being swung upon, left and right, hits the headshot. Good night, Delboni. But the round is going to be saved by Denoco on the rear.
Yeah, the deagles inside of the site end up making the difference there. Thank God not.
He wants to be a serrated edge in a round like this and make an incision towards short. The smoke's going to fade, and he can peek back out. Spots them towards connector as well. That's an opening onto David, so they do go 1 for 1. They're applying a little bit of pressure towards B, but he didn't realise. Max with the timing. Max with a sickening shot as well. The AK hits a hefty one, but Denoco's going to have some fun on the M4. Mouz more than he can handle. The peek onto Rocks does silence.
Nade out towards Van. He moves forward, actually. That nade may have covered some of his footsteps. The explosion may just help him out. Oh, and this is going to be perfect. This is going to be a great timing. Lucan, right on the other side of the wall, lands the shot. If that one misses, it's round over. But the Opera from 9Z, not missing the easy ones today. He gets the kill. He gets the round. 9Z go up 7-6. And again now, Caetano forced onto the eco.
It feels like they've just never had buys. A CT economy
gets dropped towards the top of connector. They are all out of smokes now. The flank is on the way, and the spam is perfect. Delboni gets DGT. And that's going to delay that bomb plant. And the longer that it is delayed, the more time Denoco has on the flank, but he goes too early. He drops. And with so much time left, look at now. They've counterflanked them. There's a man in CT spawn. There's an imposter among us.
Uh-oh. He wants to hit the eject button. But this is a bit different as well. So Caetano applying the theory that's been in practice from 9Z that A hits can be tasty.
Ninja, Jack. There's a man in Ninja. How often do we see that?
I know. Let's see. If it pays off, it could be gigantic for them. Oh, dink onto the back as well, Max.
No!
Oh, he reveals himself, but he does hit the head. CK's out with the Glock, gonna get him instead. Dives into CT, he's fighting one man, but there's two more. And somehow they're just getting mauled. Big nade to the back of the site as well, so Delboni losing HP. And he's just going in with the FAMAS. DGT now gets one of his own, making the FAMAS look like a useful weapon in a round like this. And the free T's back off. They're attempting to play the flows pants, but you just got to hit your heads, and they're not able to. It happens to them instead. All on Delboni. You're trapped. MP9 will kill you on the drive-by, and that's the 11th.
Love that Lucan didn't even want to waste his time reloading. He just runs forward with the USP, one taps the man swinging out of Palace.
Cardboard, maybe.
Oh, see,
you
that's
never
different.
Know. Could be different. CK's out. He's going to push in for the lurking around like a slithering snake.
Play in Palace, just buy the hero M4, swing in, try to get one more gun down for the teammate in sight. But Showtime expecting it, throws that pre-flash, full blinds him as he swings. And it was all over for him at that point.
Showtime's always good for the razzle-dazzle, Davey. You know, he used to do theatre in school.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's the way you got to play it these days, CT side. For David, it is only the deagle, it doesn't have armor. So you never know. I mean, if they push in towards jungle, try and fight for control, you land a 1 dig, maybe you get an AK, suddenly stock's going up.
No, all the nades come in, the bomb gets planted. The round goes the way of the T's. No, all the nades come in. The bomb gets planted. The round goes the way of the T's. And that is all. That's all she wrote.
That's what you get, Davey.
Yeah, that's what you get.
For 9Z, obviously, they will just get that one M4. But they need to get back into the groove of the game. As we were saying in the preface.
Anything. There's nobody there. Nade out towards top middle. Does a decent chunk of damage actually onto Denoco. That's 40 damage done. DGT loves these hero M4 buys as well, so he's got that in his back pocket. 2 weapons on the CT side. It is the op and the M4. Max with the Deagle armor. So what is 9Z going to do? What are they... What's their plan now to get back into the CT side? Because CT, they don't have the time. They don't have the time. They need to get that bomb planted. ZQK gets the frag, but with 4 seconds left, he's not going to be able to plant it. Has to go for the fake and eventually loses his life. And 9Z gets their lifeline that they needed on the CT side.
They do indeed. Round like that, you hit your shots, you start to get into the groove a little bit, and you patch the economy back together as well. You grab the AWP at the end of the round. You can drop it back over to Lucan. Drops the smoke.
Yeah, this angle kind of sucks for an op, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's grim, man.
Very, very, like, tight headshot angle. He's posted up on it. I mean, if David jumps up, if ZQK misses, no, he does land the shot. Perfect opening. Finds the first frag. David goes down. That's the close side ramp player gone. And there's no way they expect a second op here in Connector. 2 tags on the round from Showtime. And right now, 9Z, like, wait, this is a double op setup on the T side.
The penny's finally dropped behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
ropz, he's not doing anything behind the scenes. He's just going to play up aggressive and obscene with the kill onto Showtime. So that's that first AWP drop. Hard commits to the spam. There is the pincer on short. Lucan, though, coming up large. 2 frags on the AWP, and ZQK, he's got to make a big play. They're pushing onto him. He hits one, but time's gone on the round. There's nothing that he can really do, and he's just sprinting in, trying to hit the
time.
Oh, no! He wanted to knife him! The ZQK with a no-scope!
Lucan pulls out the knife. I thought he was done for, but ZQK with the 180-degree no-scope spinning in circles lands it. Yeah,
look. There's the first headshot. Follow up from ZK's out. It's all on Max, and it will just be a matter of time before he goes down. No! He's still in it to win it. ZQK towards ramp the whole time. Peeks out, and he'll shine. 13-12, Sal Caetano by the skin of their teeth. They grin and bear their way through that round.
Yeah, what a shot. It almost worked out for them. Like you said, he was inside of the site. Dalboni doing so much damage on the players coming up connector. If the op from Lucan was able to connect on the shot on him, potentially 2 versus 4, and 9Z, they don't want to give this one up. ropz is going in fast. Lands the headshot. Cover's not there. Can they find another? He's pushed up. He's almost low on bullets. Max gets one. 2v1 inside of the site, and ropz finds it. Bomb's planted for short. CK Zhao's not here. They have the kit. Can they get it?
They jump straight on the defuse. And there's not really much more that can happen here. They'll defuse the situation just as he arrives. Oh, it could have got awful for them. Jump straight on the defuse. And there's not really much more that can happen here. They'll defuse the situation just as he arrives. Oh, it could have got awful for them. But instead, it's 9Z with 14. The way those picks occurred as well. The AWP shot on short, man. Like, as if.
Even the retake, 2 versus 4, they go flying in through market very quickly. They knew in that moment, as the bomb is getting planted, they plant. Molotov's good. ropz lands the shot. And it is Denoco 1 versus 2. And Max on the reflank from mid gets the final kill. And what a round of Counter-Strike.
Mate, when he took a shot at the box, you're thinking, okay, DGT, in his mind, he's like, look, I'm either going to die or they're not going to clear this. Then he gets into the awkward fight with the M4. It's all
those rotations as ropz cuts off the entry to the B site. They go pushing up the ramp. DGT with the spray connects onto Dalboni. It's 1 versus 4. The swing out, the headshot. The round is found from 9Z. Good mid-round aggression.
Is 18 for 2, David?
Is he?
18 for 2.
Dude, that's higher than I can count almost.
Yeah, I think you go up to like, what, 14?
on a good
like
day.
That? Yeah, we've been working on it. We'll get you there one day, mate. We taught you your ABCs.
Yeah. No, found the kill onto the side of his head. So again, despite 9Z being up numbers, they lose out on the fights. And it's a 9-3 scoreline right now, and this round is crucial. If the CTs lose it, they're broke. Max walks in, free kill onto Showtime. He thought denoco had his back, but he didn't. And now you can see that the CTs realize, they're like, okay, Showtime's planted there. That means he thought his teammate was covering him, and he wasn't. He jumps around the corner, but David with the op can't land the shot. He goes jumping around. Perfect one-way for him. The molly doesn't land either. Smoke puts it out. And the T's, they're like, you know what? Maybe this fight just isn't for us. They hold forward, and Lucan crouching around the corner. The Deagle armor saves him. He gets the headshot. And now we're seeing 9Z answer back with an eco of their own onto Caetano, unless Showtime has something to say about it.
What is this eco wars that is going on? Showtime! We said he was in the Lion King. Let's see it here for the T's as well, because it's not looking great. Delboni and Showtime picking up the frags, rocks. Sat at CT, knows he can get swung on from Donut, but does hit the head. Trying to play behind the box, and David's there. He'll look into Temple, but Rox is doing all the work for him. And somehow this is actually looking like it could be a rub. He runs into the Molotov. No, I can't. The open up.
Yep.
You can slow this down. You've got all the time in the world to make a play.
You can. ZQK's actually been tagged down as well. He's got dinked. Down to just 18 HP. And he's deep inside of Temple. He gets the trade back, though, onto David. Despite the dink, they're not able to find the kill. And the re-aggression in middle. DGT's holding for it. The timing! It's absolutely tragic for him. Delboni walks down. He gets dinked down to 14 HP as well. So two of them walking wounded. Two of them almost in the grave. Delboni walks down. He gets dinked down to 14 HP as well. So two of them walking wounded. Two of them almost in the grave, but almost isn't enough. They need to find these kills. They're trying to recover the guns. CK Zhao, he's tucked away in the corner. Lucan gets one back, makes the footstep towards middle, and that's when CK Zhao strikes. He peeks out, finds the frag. Now, last half, we did see Lucan pull off a massive eco round win for his team with the Deagle. He needs to do something immense here.
From Delboni as well. And he's going to scurry out of there. He will be chased, Davey.
Yeah, DGT heard this rotation, catches the timing on the player towards Ivy. They don't know he's here. He's going to get to walk around the corner. He's going to have a freebie. They know the last two players were over towards the B site, so now he's just holding the rotations. They don't have a flash here either. Showtime's going forward. The man with the HP loses his head. At the hands of DGT as he peeks out, finds another and a perfect flank. At the hands of DGT as he peeks out, finds another and a perfect flank. Delboni, he got the pick on the player inside of red. He thought that was all. He goes running away towards CT spawn, but there was another man. There was another one waiting. And DGT punishes the rotations, punishes the mistakes. That was that dink through the, just right through the door. As he's walking down, he's trying to beat the molly. Just bullet to the side of the head. Fire underneath. Fireball means they can't cancel off the back of the counter smoke. Spray comes in, flashes are there, but it's not going to matter. Max is dropped, and now you have to go for the reset. You have to go for the lurks. You can't just commit outside of a main here. It's not going to work out. ZQK with a crucial miss. But even still, I mean, they're trapped in the corners. DGT does have a molly, but there's no way for him to throw it. He's stuck over on the other side.
This is just the player beneath. If he clears the angle, I mean, that's the kill into the Temple player. They should now know where he is, but there's still no response to DGT! How does he get away with 3?
Where's the MD when you need him?
So, 9Z will take their 14th round. At that point, you're one away from match point, which will be series point overall. And this is an elimination game. If you survive in this, you go into the 6th to 8th playoff with the 3 remaining teams that make it out of today. Because there's only one challenger spot left, Davey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of the alphabet, we've done quite a bit of alphabet talk today, but I want to go back to
It's like a kid at Christmas. For CK Zhao, I don't think he'll be getting much of a present out of this round. Bomb goes down, fires off the warning shot. They're going to peek into him, and they are giving him the 1v1s. They're isolated on the site as well because the flank's coming in from DGT, but he's not arrived just yet. So all on CK's out to somehow pick up this round as he peeks. DGT closes it out, takes his 32 bomb, and says, let's shut it down here, boys. 15 now on the board for 9Z.
That is just...
But he's not arrived just yet. So all on CK's out to somehow pick up this round as he peeks. DGT closes it out, takes his 32 bomb, and says, let's shut it down here, boys. 15 now on the board for 9Z.
That is just so many kills. 32 and 12 for DGT, and he has been an absolute monster for this 9Z team. He has been a shining light. Remember, this team went down 0-2 at one point in this event. They've battled all the way back. They're looking to close it out here, be there. And they don't really have the nades for a retake, and they're playing so passive that this execute should work out in favor of the T's. The counter smoke is good, but ropz runs straight through it. He gets in, they clear out the whole thing. Boost is there, DGT's holding for it. And look at this, they're all there, but they're all stuck behind the smokes.
You just got to wait for it to fade. There's nothing you can really do. You've got one player on the flank. By the time he arrives, the entire team could be taken down because they're going for individual fights. Showtime on the 5-7 at least gets one. But all in all, with Lucan getting that frag onto ZQK, it seems like it will just be a matter of time until 9Z get their 16th, take the 2-0 in the series, and walk away with the win here. Spam out through cave. ropz with a right hook and the uppercut to close it down. Good night to Showtime. Goodbye to Caetano. 9Z are still in it to win it. They now qualify to get into that gauntlet, Davey. Of course, as we were saying, 2 other teams will join them, but that's still a lot of CS you've got to win.